Bob, man. You know, when that ball of fur that you brought home the other week or so you thought hits those teenage years, it's a bit of a shock to the system because, first of all, you might have not known that dogs do hit those teenage years. And now we find out how to raise that furry four-legged creature that we all love.
So last week we spoke about puppy school and the importance thereof. So you've made it now through puppy school and finally you think, wow, I've got this. And then our sweet little puppies become stubborn teenagers. Yes. So what now? That's the big question. Don't fret just yet because we have Hill's nutritional advisor Marika Ackers with us back in studio to tell us everything we need to know about raising our furry teenagers. Marika, thank you very much for joining us. Wow, you got your hands full this morning, eh?
I do. I have the boys here.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about it. Our puppies has graduated puppy school. It went great, but now they're a little bit older. What's next?
The little angels became devils, and all those things that you thought you'd perfected and you had the most brilliant dog on earth has all disappeared. And I think the important thing there is to persist and to keep on with your training and still reward the behaviors that you want to, so that they just go through that. It's like teenager children. You can't really tell them much to do, but you can guide them, and this is where you try and guide them and not force them to do things.
I think just like your teenage children, you're going to have to take a nice little deep breath at times.
Absolutely.
I've got a pup at home at the moment who's a teenager. He's about 5 months old. He was the sweetest thing as a puppy, cuddly. He was there, he was good, and all of a sudden,
his horns grew.
It's to just try and keep up with him. I found my toothbrush outside the other day, which was crazy. So I did not understand even how he got it. But for our pet parents out there who's never attended puppy school, is it too late? Can they still do something about it?
Absolutely. You know, puppy school lasts up to that 16-20 week period, but it's after that. There is other training facilities and other training ways that you can take to. The important thing to remember is to still do your home training every day, 3 to 5 minutes, 3 times a day, using rewards and treats that motivate them. Just remember at this time, often pets get neutered or sterilized and their energy requirements go down, so please don't overfeed, take it from their daily rations.
What are some of the behavioral traits that we can expect from our teenagers?
I think they are just a little bit defined. They're testing their boundaries and testing what you will allow them. And it's just to keep firm without fighting with them at that stage. So they could perfectly stay, they would, and then suddenly they can't. They start chewing things that
they shouldn't.
Like
my toothbrush.
Like your toothbrush. They start jumping up, counter surfing perhaps, and stealing food. Or they, everything, they'll just test their boundaries. Unacceptable behavior is anything that you have an issue with and that you have people, guests that might have an issue with. And often things like separation anxiety and those things come to fore at that time. So it's all about managing it and just making sure that you keep being consistent through the process.
So what is your top tips then, just to close off in dealing with our teenager fur babies?
I recommend that you still keep on training your 5 minutes a day. Be consistent as to what you allow and what you don't allow, very clear on what the boundaries are, and make sure that you motivate them well enough and that what your expectations are is clear to them.
Yeah, and don't lose your cool.
Oh, absolutely not. It's like deep breath, walk away, let's that ignore thing still works.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit longer.
Look, it goes away because my older pup now, she's past all of that and she's a grown up and she is the most incredible pup. She doesn't chew anything. She's house trained. She tells you when she wants to go out. So I'm only hoping that she will learn, their little younger one.
You can hope. I find they all have their little own vices.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, they are pushing those boundaries.
Absolutely.
Marika, thank you very much for joining us once again this morning. And once again, we just realized how important puppy school is from the beginning. So if you are looking for a good puppy school near you, what you can do is you can visit the website, puppyschool.co.za, for more information and enroll your fur friend right now. I mean, I promise you, you will not regret it.